Picture this. You're looking over a classroom, and there are 3 students in the classroom, one in each corner, one here, and one here. And the teacher is in the last corner. He's waiting for them to finish studying for their test so that they can take their test. In this corner, we have a student tapping his foot and trying to study for his test. He's got his books and his material scattered around and he's trying to study. This student is listening to classic Mozart. Is listening to the classical music, studying in the same way that the other student is. And in the third corner, we have a student listening to modern rap music. And he is doing the same thing as the other students. They all study, take their tests, turn them in, and the next day when they come into class, they get their test scores, and they all scored about the same, within a couple points of each other. Now, if we took away the student who was listening to classical music, if we took away his music and we ran this again, he freaks out. He has a really hard time concentrating on his work. He can't study, and he gets a really bad grade on the test. He fails it because he didn't have his music. His music was vital to him studying, and that same reality is for many others across America, across the world. Music is vital for many people to concentrate on what they are doing, and that's why I believe that people should be allowed to listen to music when they are in the classroom or the workspace. But in this case, I say the classroom is an amazing spot for people to be able to listen to music. I, myself, struggle with anxiety. I have a friend who struggles with ADHD, and I can give my promise and their promise that with us, music really, really helps us study. I get anxious when I'm studying, and I have a really hard time staying grounded in reality. I have a really hard time staying where I am and concentrating on what I'm doing because I'm freaking out. And music helps keep me there. It helps distract me. It helps keep me on track. And the same goes for my friend with ADHD. He's all over the place, and music helps ground him in reality. For so many, this is a reality, whether they have anxiety, ADHD, or they just have a hard time concentrating when they're studying. Music is vital for so many. And this vibrant, spectacular art form, this artwork, should not be withheld from people if it can help them and if it's doing no harm. As long as a student is willing to turn their music to a reasonable volume that's not disrupting the piece, and they are willing to keep one earbud out so they can hear the teacher if they start talking, they should be allowed to listen to music. Music is important for so many people, and it affects everyone differently. Some people, it could make it worse and not help them study, but they're not going to listen to music when they're studying. The people who need it will use it, and that's why it should be allowed. Music is vital for many, like me, my friend, and hundreds of thousands of people everywhere, millions of people everywhere. And that's why I believe that music should be allowed in the classroom, because it helps. It makes things bearable.